W. Yo, what's up, peeps? So this is me talking about, well, the PS4. I mean, the rumor mill is crazy. It's like going into an insane asylum and listening to every individual person scream out, all their chants and shit. So, if you think the dev kits for PS4 are impressive, that's basically what companies have to work with. But the official leaked, not scans, but, tech specs, there we go, of PS4 and the next Xbox, which is actually just going to be called Xbox. Confusing for new adopters because, the first Xbox was just called Xbox as well, so I can seriously see conversations in store being like, do you want the new one, or do you want the original? God save me, everyone. Whatever. So, technically, it blows PS3 out of the water. When I can get it, I'll add the links to the official tech specs, and I get the feeling that Sony's going to retract those off the internet and delete them and shit, You'll go to Google and it'll say, due to the Digital Copyright Act of blah, 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 some results were removed. I say keep hunting. Keep hunting. Okay. So the tech specs blow the regular PS3 out of the water. Even the one with the highest gigs. I believe it's 320 or something. That's what I got. And as for Xbox, Xbox 360 was an early adopter of changing hard drives. And maybe having like a computer hard drive that you can also put game saves on. It's confusing. I mean, you have to reformat files and format your disk, but that means, you can't use it for this, another computer or something. It gets frustrating. But that's actually really mostly for people who download game saves. I've only done it, I think 16 or 17 times, and it is kind of confusing unless you're really good at, computers. So, we already have a system that beats its predecessor, okay? Now, we have kind of an issue that's been going around everywhere. I've seen people on IGN talk about it, people on Machinima, and that's the fact that they're abandoning. Maybe. I mean, we gotta check the 20th to see if they're actually abandoning DualShock. And instead of the start and select buttons, there's actually now supposedly a touchscreen. Will that work? Or will it be like the boomerang controller for PS3 and almost immediately not work? It's like, what the fuck is this? This is stupid. This is completely redundant. It's not going to help my gameplay or even keep it at the level it's at. I think it should just be a screen so that everything can be in color. And, I'm used to, hold my controller on the sticks or, on the buttons and something like that. And then I think, if I was to make the wrong slide motion or the wrong, double tap motion, maybe akin to like a PC, I could be doing something stupid. I could rename some important system file nothing by accident. So something dumb like that could happen. But I guess that's just Sony saying, one of their whole non-liable issues. I mean, liable. If you, I don't know. So that's the controller. I mean, I like the touch sensitivity on the back of the Vita. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm with like everybody else. They should have had an R2 and an L2, but I don't know. Because, it is one of Sony's trademarks for PlayStation. I remember being an early adopter of the first gen PS3s. So I still have it. I call it the clunker. I mean, the thing is fucking huge and a little heavy. It can only play DVDs, PS1, and PS2 games. Now, the slim model that I have can only play PS3 and Blu-rays. And that's actually not really intentional at all. It just happened that way. So, I don't know. So, I think it's going to be interesting hearing, people argue between, the next Xbox and the next PlayStation. The thing is, it is still up in the air on whether to... Take two. Okay. It is still kind of up in the air on whether they're going to call it PlayStation 4, PlayStation Orbis, I don't know. I hope to God that if it's not going to be called PS4 or PlayStation 4, it does not get called Orbis or the PlayStation. I mean, that's such a cop-out, and it's not a creative idea at all. I mean, it's just like, hey, Apple did it, let's do it. Because it's successful. I mean, I don't know. I know one thing's for sure. We need more exclusives. We need to bring Tomb Raider back home. We need another Crash Bandicoot game. Another Gex game. And make these exclusives again. I mean, because they were what made up the best game. Again, we need to make Resident Evil, I remember that very first moment I was Chris Redfield, turning in that hall, just walking. You can hear every step. Doot, doot, and then the zombie eating a dude or something just turns around. That was pretty cool. It looked pretty cinematic. And the thing is, the graphics were pretty bad by today's standards, but that scared the shit out of me. I won $50. Okay, so my friend bet me $50 I couldn't play Resident Evil in the dark. And I remember, I got so many of those green herbs, and I got so many bullets to different kinds of guns. I was like, okay, I got a full clip loaded, I got tons of guns, and that's before the Lost Plaga zombies. The ones that were smart, that could actually, communicate in groups and, come at you pretty fast. And then it's also before Lickers and Hunters, and no, the Hunters were in the first game, I believe. And also, before it had a melee system. So, if you didn't have a weapon on you, or you had a low count of bullets, or whatever the ammunition is, you could still do a melee move and kill the zombie. It sounds a little weird because zombies are the undead, but I guess that movie Warm Bodies is kind of getting to me, which is good. I mean, I can kind of argue that fans of Resident Evil, especially, I don't know. Let me just get this off my chest. Wesker is not dead, and I feel like the next time you're going to face off against him as a boss battle... Well, first things first, I do think that he's going to go after Jake in some facet. And the last place you saw Jake was him getting an apple from a little kid, and I think he just says business is business. And there's another ending where he's in, some, very dry, arid area. He puts on his father's glasses and just rides, not a chopper, but like a semi-sports bike looking thing. I mean, could this mean that he's like the good Wesker? I guess. I mean, I guess. I've seen a lot of stupid fan teasers and fan stuff for Resident Evil 7. If you ever see a video that has Resident Evil and 7 in green in the same font and letters that they use 6, it's completely fake. There's nothing real about it. I would suggest just looking online for like fanfics and stuff. Alright, so let's go back to the PlayStation 4. It isn't the 20th, but no one said we couldn't speculate. Now, is it going to be a full system reveal and like an on-stage tech demo? I mean, I think they might be doing it, you know? And then have little glass containers with a PS4 on it or something in it. I mean, showing what it looks like. I think they could, because I've waited a very long time for this moment to happen. And I don't know what station it'll be on, but they are bouting out like a half hour of TV time, so. Now, a lot of people are asking the logical question, why not at the Super Bowl? That was crap on my fucking camera, like, oh. Anyway, like, why not the Super Bowl? You know, you get over 1 million people worldwide watching this thing, and the one thing that I can probably conceive of is that they had that teaser during the Super Bowl. Just like the new Iron Man trailer really isn't a trailer. It's more of like an extended look at a scene. Funny, Robert Downey Jr. coming out just doing a staring contest. That wasn't very extended. That was more exclusive. I don't know. And just, the truth is, I'm sure it's going to be a movie where the people who loved and trusted, you know, Tony Stark and Iron Man as, you know, a hero are going to start to lose their faith. I mean, the thing where he's going under is definitely the extremist surgery, and, you know, if he, after the surgery, you know, wakes up, says start, and, you know, his veins open, but no blood comes out, and then, you know, the gold undersheath. In the video games, and actually in a, like a still photo I saw, he's using the earlier dark silver undersheath, so, but if that comes out, and then it's like, hello, Maya Hansen. Maya, notice how I'm talking without moving my lips. Would you like me to drink a glass of water while I'm doing this? I think the one thing from the extremist comic they should implement is him saying this: I can see through satellites. Gives Iron Man a bit of an omnipotent feel, but that's kind of, and I guess the reason I'm delving into Iron Man as well is, I mean, it's heavy into tech. I can't really think of anything as far as, let's see, suits or even, you know, other inventions Tony Stark has made that really don't have to do with technology. I mean, I can say it right now. He's going to be in the Avengers 2. He might have a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy. What are these extra fingers for? He's definitely getting renewed for a new trilogy. I mean, there is so much post-extremists to go on. Now, a lot of people might be thinking one of the toys is a bleeding edge one. but then someone put it face to face with like a Mark III. I mean, here's one thing I think is that maybe they are doing that Hall of Armors thing at the end of the movie, and it's underground this time, and we're gonna get to see 14 brand new armors. I mean, because when Tony creates an armor, it's like Christmas Day. It's like every holiday for that guy. Yeah, he's got to make 3 new armors, and then he's already on Mark 50. And since, okay, here we go. Spoiler. If you want to not know the ending to Iron Man 3, just go. Just go away for a little while, make some popcorn, chill. Okay, that was dumb, but for real. The ending is supposedly revealed by, I think, Latino Review. And they've always had reliable Marvel news as far as the films, especially Iron Man. So, apparently, he creates a spacesuit where it's the white-black. God. This phone's gonna be the death of me. Okay. And the helmet looks like half of a regular Iron Man outfit helmet, Iron Man armor helmet, but with kind of a moon, like a, okay, astronaut helmet with the visor over it. And in fact, I mean, the toys don't hesitate. They don't give it a new name. Like, all gold armor. They call it the Arc Strike armor. I don't really think it's going to be referred to that in the movie. It's going to just be model or Mark 47. Now, I honestly can't read Greek numbers that well, so it says XLII. Yeah, I think that's it. So it's either 42 or 47, but still, that really means Tony was freaked out by the adventures of the Avengers. The events of the Avengers, and, it was a full-scale war. And I think he was so afraid because it's one thing he did not want to have to put his suit through. But this new black, white, and gold outfit, you can, I bet you can Google it and, put Iron Man 3 spacesuit or space armor. And just at the end of the future arc with Salvador de la Roca, and, he gives people flowers. People like flowers, right? And basically, he retrofitted his Extremis outfit with a interesting jetpack. It doesn't look bulky, but it does look bulky. Okay, whatever. And he, exclaiming that he needs the shock of something new. And that is probably how it's going to end. Now, we lead into now. It's that he's come back to Earth, and I'm hoping we can see a film version of the gold and black suit with, 3 repulsors on either side. I do have a fan manipulation, and I think I'll share that along the PS4. God. It's like a fucking disease. I always get crap on my foot. Okay. I told you, didn't I? Alright, so it would be a neat little after credit scene is that when he goes into space, breaks through our outer atmosphere, he either sees the Guardians of the Galaxy in a ship or some such, because I don't know if maybe they have a mobile base, maybe they're situated on like a far off planet. Let's see. I don't know how they would kind of fit God Killer into that, and the Phoenix Buster armor, and the God Killer armor, because the layout of the movie, from what I get, all those little pieces and stuff, doesn't really lend well to the God Killer armor. Just them making a completely new Iron Man outfit for space travel. So it would be awesome if he sees them fighting out a battle, and they say something like, I don't know, we could use some help here, or who's that guy? And then the leader or something, oh my God, is that Tony Stark? And I think the first logical threat for the Guardians of the Galaxy would be the remaining Chitauri. Oh, no wonder I call this the volcano room. It's fucking hot. And just to get that whole thing that a lot of people know about Stark, and maybe the lead character's father, since he's the only human on the team, worked with Howard Stark or something. I don't know. And then his armor would maybe like morph into something. Maybe, like I'm saying, really having a hard time trying to fit God Killer in there, and this is definitely going to be after the credits scene. And considering that Guardians of the Galaxy isn't going to happen until, I believe, either 2014 or 2015, it's going to conflict with the Avengers 2. So I think logically, Tony would be going to a space station that he created. I guess if they really want to give you more questions than answers, then they would go with him fighting alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, we already have Iron Man 3, and the Extremis thing isn't going the way it went in the comics. I mean, there's Maya Hansen, there's Malin, there's all these people. I don't know, it's definitely going to be interesting, because they do get their shit together, per se. Because, I mean, everyone seems to, have this united front that they hate sequels, no matter whether it's the sequel, the second movie, or the sixth movie, or whatnot. Oh, hey, I only like the original Star Wars. Truth be told, that's not the full story. I mean, it's how Anakin Skywalker fell from grace, and, he's still the chosen one when he's Vader, only he goes to the dark side. And it's, one of those destruction begets creation, where he kills the Emperor. I mean, he doesn't, have a lightsaber fight, because even in the extreme old age of the Emperor, which really doesn't get mentioned, I'm going to go with 200. 200 standard years in their timeline. Which I think adds 5 years in the hell? 5 years in our timeline, and a day is half a day or something. I don't know. And the weird thing is, the Star Wars timeline goes BBY, before Battle of Yavin, BY, Battle of Yavin, ABY, after Battle of Yavin. Now, I think they could pull a Dune as far as the years go, and, say 1 million something. Because I think that's the really the ultimate way to justify the futurism in the whole thing. It's like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. But then, first thing, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away. So, I don't want to say, I really don't want to say it because I'm such a fan of Star Wars. I can't get into the Clone Wars. That series, well, when the guy who created Dexter's Lab did it, he made everything important. Like, I think that was just really good writing. I don't know who, if he wrote it, then, gravitas, whatever. I just think that, okay, so General Grievous is getting away, and Mace Windu, couldn't jump to him and lightsaber his ass, but he crushed, part of his body, and that's why he's now limping, and that's why, well, at least bending over, and that's why he coughs so much, because part of his insides are crushed. Just great things. Anakin practically going over to the dark side. Nakamari Vosa. When he killed Asajj Ventress. Now, in the Clone Wars show, she seems like such cannon fodder. I can't be the only one who thinks. Then there's Ashoka Tano. Don't get me started. I know they're trying to empower little kids and, make them feel like, you can do it and stuff. That's all good. I mean, but I don't know. The Clone Wars went on regularly, and of course they're going to have like a bajillion fights and battles, rah. But with Genndy, excuse me if I, Genndy, God, I can't get his name right, Tartakovsky? I'm just going to call him G. Tartakovsky. Like, when he was on one planet, Anakin had a vision quest. Old school Native American shit, hell yeah. And it was a lot like the course over Anakin's travels and battles over episode 2 and 3. Blah, 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 because his hand cut off, but then it consumes his life. And I remember they had one comic, which was like the present day, so Vader was, getting the 501st Division, and they were raiding a planet. And it had these flashes of what an alternate future would have been, where he's like, the youngest person on the council, and that actually worked out. They still name their kids Luke and Leia, which is pretty interesting. And, now, whatever Anakin did, one of his kids, Qui-Gon, something, and I think the girl's Leia. I think there's a girl. Basically, it's an alternate take that instead of killing Mace Windu, or at least cutting off his hand, causing great pain, he kills the Emperor. Now, I don't know about you, but turning to the dark side was a pretty big... Okay, but yeah, it's in an alternate thing where he kills the Emperor. And we don't get to, have a no! Nor do we get to have the Emperor, change his voice, 5 times, which is just completely weird. And I understand if you just got zapped with that much force lightning, of course it would affect your throat. But cigarettes are all I need to fuck my throat up. Cat Valentine, no one can understand what you say. Bag of rags? Bag of rags? Got me a cotton candy machine with the man. Yeah, this is... Oh, that's a good idea, yeah. How will Naruto end? Well, considering there's a movie slated for 2014, I think they might finish out the anime and manga and have it be just a one-shot, maybe an alternate future. And no, I don't really think it's going to be something Madara or Kakashi, sorry. Everybody, I mean, I'm trying to kind of go as traditional Japanese as I can. Like, you know, they have, you know, the ability to warp you into another dimension, and I don't think it'll be anything like that. I'm hoping that, you know, the end of Madara and Obito and, you know, the Jubi is a really, really good ending. Like, they already did the Chikara, you know, power arc, which was 5 episodes, and a lot of people said exactly what was on my mind, that it was probably a movie that ended up getting cut into 5 pieces, and because the artwork, the animation, it was all of a higher grade than what any Naruto fan is used to for a normal episode. Now, of course, getting back to, like, the new episodes, I mean, then suddenly we have Nagato, and then we have Itachi. So, it was a strong comeback, though. I can say it's a strong comeback, and, you know, next episode is episode 300, and I'm really interested to see how people are going to celebrate it. I know that one thing I'm going to do is put on my headband. You know, I got a wrist band with the Konoha Village logo. And you better believe it that I'm going to do some ninja shit. And there's February 20th. Oh. Turns out there's something. Turns out there's something for everybody this month. And I think that, I mean, you know, it's the 10th anniversary of Naruto anyway, so, man, I want Ninja Storm 3 so bad. I can't believe that it hasn't already come out. This is what I would say prior to the knowledge I know now. You know, like, fucking 90 plus characters, including all Jinchuriki. I can't wait to play as Yugito, Nii, and who's the one? Miss Village. She's kind of like a fairy. She keeps her wings in regular form. Yeah, I guess all the Jinchuriki, like Utakata, because even in his filler episode, he was pretty cool. I mean, the bubble jutsus, something different, you know? Let's see. Roshi with his corrosion style. It's pretty cool. Han is actually pretty much like an aerial character or something like that, and he's from Hidden Stone, so that's... But his, you know, Henshin State, well, Awakening, has the 5 mountain drop. It's just a normal gallop, but the Jinchuriki is huge, so I guess that could count. Here's the thing, I mean, the normal, with the Jinchuriki in Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, when your chakra is all the way up, you perform a special as the Jinchuriki. But when your health is low, in the orangish red, you perform moves as the Jinchuriki. And it's going to take playtesting. I mean, you know, of course I like Naruto, I like Kakashi, I like Zabuza. He was actually a lot more fun to play in Generations than he was in Ninja Storm 2. I'm hoping that if you have a save file from Generations and any of the Ninja Storm games, like I would have, you know, I have a save file from 2, that you get more money. And it automatically unlocks, like, I think it was like 10, 11, all the way to 15. Chances are the characters might be like fodder. Like, you know, they might really not be that great. Oh, there we go. It's you. Whose Jinchuriki is that knight armor looking bug with like a maple leaf connecting the wings or something. It's kind of an odd look, but it's definitely a good look. So, John A, people.